What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Today's video is going to be super important. We are going to be looking at this coming week, what's going on in the market. There's so many things happening, earnings, all kinds of stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the first one I'm looking at is SoFi. SoFi has made this crazy run, and it's been trading just in the normal range here. It's actually on the downside of the counter channel, and I've been wanting to get into this stock. They're doing some fantastic things. In my opinion, I believe the market cap on this is around 15 or 15.9 billion in market cap, and I think they could double up. So I'm going to be looking at doing some cash secured puts and hopefully get the stock a little cheaper. I mean, you can see right now it closed out around 1467. So I'm looking at probably a 1250 to $13 strike. You could go 1350 there if you're really wanting to chance it. But you can see, I mean, it's just been a nice trading range here, up, down. I mean, it's just back and forth, back and forth. And so, when this dropped here, I should have been selling cash secured puts. I've been watching it, but I was a little worried about all this you can see the RSI down here, overbought and then oversold. But there's so many opportunities. So I could have been, doing a $13 strike price cash secured put. But I mean, all through here, I could have been trading this. So now I'm finally wanting to jump in. I think this stock is going to break out. So that is one that I'm going to have on my watch list this week to potentially make a trade on. The next one we have here is BITX. BITX is a 2x leverage of Bitcoin. It's kind of my crypto play. A lot of you that know me know that I'm big on crypto. I've owned a lot of crypto. But the problem with crypto is you buy a crypto and you sit around and wait, right? And so I had to ask myself, do I want to be a sailboat and let the wind take me wherever it's going to push me? Or do I want to be a motorboat and drive myself wherever I want to go, right? And so what do I mean by that? Well, while we're waiting for Bitcoin to break back out and continue with gains, why not sell cash secured puts or covered calls on this? And I showed, I believe, in my previous video of me selling a covered call. I got in on this on BITX. I believe it was around $39 a share when I purchased about a little over six figures of it, and I've been selling covered calls ever since. But in saying that, I believe I was selling around a $61 strike price in my video, but it's a little vulnerable you can see up here, it ran all the way up. So, I do want to hold on to my position. So I do need to probably be looking at higher strike prices and pushing the dates out a little bit instead of doing weekly covered calls on that, doing, 2 weeks or a month out, for covered calls. However, if you can see, obviously this is trading in a lower range. So, I could be looking at, a $46, $47 strike price to do a cash secured put. If it executes, I add to my position. If not, I'm sitting there collecting premiums. So I'm going to be looking at BITX. I'm always watching Bitcoin, and it's kind of my crypto play. The other thing I really like about BITX is that you get dividends as well. So while you're holding it, you're collecting dividends, and then you can collect premiums on your position. So that's what I'm going to be watching this week. The next one is NVDX. Now, NVDX is a 2x leveraged ETF of NVIDIA. Now, some may ask, well, why am I trading NVDX, a 2x ETF of NVIDIA? Why not just trade NVIDIA? Well, the reason is volatility. With selling covered calls or cash secured puts, you make more money when the stock is more volatile. And you can see, through this, the past 6 months or so. I mean, it's just been volatile, right? More up and down, and because of that, your premiums are going to be a lot higher. I showed a video of me doing I believe actually, I don't know if it was in a video, but I made a trade. Yes, it was, for around 7% on this. Um, I really like NVDX. The premiums are really healthy, and also I like the company in general. Um, Now, in saying all of that, NVIDIA does have earnings this coming Wednesday. Um, so it's going to probably get even more volatile leading up to earnings. Uh, However, they have beat earnings 16 out of the past 17 quarters. Well, what does that tell you? Odds are they're probably going to beat earnings expectations again, and the stock's going to fire up and go parabolic. So, if you don't own it, I would recommend it. Not telling you what to do, but for myself, I want to continue adding to my position. And in doing so, and you can see the range here. I'm happy to, sell cash secured puts on this to add to my range or to add to my position. But that's what I'm looking at with this. The interesting thing is Wall Street thinks that year over year we're going to be looking at 62% growth in earnings. Well, that's a phenomenal number. So the stock can pretty much only go up with those expectations. The next one is Palantir. So the next one is Palantir. This one is, as you can see, it's gone insane. I mean, the amount of growth this company has had in this, the way this, I mean, look at this. This stock was back November. It was like, $40 or something. I mean, look at this. Crazy. I mean, from November, excuse me, from here, 45, December, 82. I mean, you're talking about doubling and tripling up. So it was obviously trading outside of the trading range here. And let me zoom in a little bit. And you can see, obviously, this is, I don't want to touch it, right? Well, the other day it fell right in here, and it was trading around, I believe, 104, 105. I made a cash secured put for 100. Well, the stock bounced back a little bit. I had some nice little gains from it, and I was able to buy it back for cheaper. So I went ahead and purchased that back and got out of that because I think the stock's going to continue falling. In my opinion, I mean, Palantir, half their revenue comes from government contracts. So the other thing is the reason, in my opinion, I think it would have continued trading up here, but the CEO of the company announced that he's going to be selling off 10, I believe it was 10 million shares of Palantir, and that's going to be going through September. So there's going to be a lot of selling pressure with that. And the other thing is now with Elon and Trump, or Elon and with Doge, they're trying to cut government spending. Well, Palantir relies on the government heavily, and they're going to continue making money through government contracts with the government. However, it could affect the price of the stock. So I am looking at hopefully getting in more. I'd be happy around 90, but in my opinion, I think 85, somewhere in there, would be great for a cash secured put strike price. And so that's what I'm going to be watching this week as well. The last one I'm looking at, and I've been trading this for a while now, is SOXL. Now, SOXL is a 3X ETF in the semiconductor space. So as you can see, I drew this. You can see there's a lowering wedge here, or lowering channel. But I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you can see just the volatility up and down here. And with all of this, you can make a lot of money. I mean, you can make money to the downside, you can make money to the upside. I got I did some cash secured puts down in here. I actually purchased the stock and did a in the money strike for a covered call. And I purchased it around 30, I believe it was. And all of a sudden, boom, it just fell. Well, I kept it and it lowered my cost basis. And then I've just been selling covered calls ever since and doing cash secured puts because I want to add to my position here. So anyways, those are the stocks that we'll be looking at really closely this week. And I think that this week's going to be a fun trading week. But just wanted to give this information to you, and let's have a fun and fantastic week. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for swinging by. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.